Good day everyone, I'm Jason van Yerden and I am a registered dietitian with a passion and special interest in sports nutrition. And I'm very excited for the series that I am going to be doing with 11 Nutrition. And on this first series, we're going to be covering is pre-workouts and what are the ingredients that we normally find in there. We're going to be looking at what do these ingredients do, what are the effective dosages, and should you be taking it? And today we are going to be covering caffeine. Let's get into it. So caffeine has actually been said to be the world's most used stimulant in the world. But where do we find caffeine normally? We normally find it in our coffee, in some of our teas, in our sports drinks, or a lot of them, and as well as some of our pre-workouts. And why is it used so often? Why is it been shown to be effective? And that is that it has been shown that at the right dosage, as well as the right timing, it has been shown to increase power output, as well as increase your aerobic, as well as anaerobic capacity and capabilities. So with regards to the timing as well as the effective dosage, so we need to look at the timing first of all, is that you want to be taking it at the right time. A lot of times it's taken about, let's say, 10 to 20 minutes before you start your exercise, because that's normally an optimal time for you, that by the time you start exercising, that you now have that oomph, you have the benefit starting to come through, it's in your system, it is working at the right time. If you're taking it quite early, like let's say an hour or 2 hours before, you might going to be missing that optimal time where that caffeine is in your system to get the most benefits. As well, if you're taking it, let's say towards the end of your workout or afterwards, you are definitely going to be missing out on those benefits too. But as well, what we need to look at is the timing afterwards, is that if you are, let's say, training in the evening and you take quite a high caffeine dosage before, so even though it's the right timing, that caffeine sometimes can take up to 6 hours to actually work out of our system. Many factors are in there, but the thing is that can then affect our sleep quality, which has also been shown that if we do get a lack of sleep quality, that can affect our muscle protein synthesis. So for performance and recovery, you are definitely, from a performance standpoint, caffeine can help, but as well, if you're doing it at the wrong time, it can also hinder it because you're having it too late into the evening or before you go to sleep. So with regards to the effective dosage, normally in the research, it has been shown that you need to have between 4 and 6 milligrams of caffeine per kilogram body weight per day in order to get those results. Remember, the timing is quite important. So let's say you're 80 kilograms, you're looking at about 320 to about 480 milligrams of caffeine that you need for the most effective results. But with that, we do need to look at the overall safety of the timing as well. So with regards to safety, you do want to first look at that if you do have a medical condition. So you want to maybe check that if you have high blood pressure, or if you have some other cardiovascular disease, or maybe if you have some heart palpitations, those type of things, I would first suggest going to see a healthcare professional just to get that checked out so that you can get the clear for taking the pre-workout and the caffeine. As well, if you are pregnant, you need to be looking at that. As well, you need to be looking at your age, that if you're under 18 or if you're at an older age, let's say above 60 years old, you do also want to be managing your caffeine, not to overdo it. So for adults, it has been shown that kind of the maximum that we want to be having of caffeine a day is between 300 and 400 milligrams of caffeine a day. So you do, and that is for the whole day. So that includes the coffee that you maybe had in the morning, or maybe there's a sports drink that you had in the day, just to get you through work. But if you're still taking your pre-workout later and it is at a high dosage, you may be overdoing it, and you might start get to those side effects of the high, the heart palpitations, feeling anxious, sweating. I would rather suggest that you rather start at the lower dosages if it is safe for you, starting at those lower dosages and working up slowly. I do get asked a lot about caffeine sensitivity as well as caffeine tolerance. So with regards to caffeine sensitivity, those are normally the people that haven't had coffee in a while or haven't actually had caffeine before. And when they do take it for the first time, they actually get this like hyper kind of, results and, high energy levels, but they might also get that anxiety, might get this heart palpitation, sweating. So you do want to be careful of that if you haven't taken it before or haven't taken it in a while, I would suggest you start at the lower dosages, the smaller, like maybe 1, maybe 2 milligrams per kilogram per day, and then work up from there and see your tolerance. And then as well, caffeine tolerance, that if a lot of people, they have a lot of caffeine way over their normal kind of healthy 400 milligrams per day, and their body's actually just gotten so used to that amount of caffeine, but they don't actually get those, let's say, those results that they want. They might need to have the high dosages, but again, that isn't really healthy. What I would actually suggest is tapering back on your overall caffeine in the day, and then what you do is that when you do exercise, then you have the caffeine there to try and get that added bonus. But be careful of the dosage and the timing specific for you. Right guys, so that is today's video on caffeine. We're going to be covering a whole bunch of other pre-workout ingredients in the next series and in the videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.